Hi, my name is Massimo Manzoni. I'm an architect. I came from Italy, and I'm working since 4 or 5 years with the Universidad de Rosario, giving some classes, and also as a consultant with them for a project of entrepreneurship. Now, what is entrepreneurship? There are so many kinds of entrepreneurship. One is the common one, that is a traditional business, like open up a family restaurant or doing some kind of classes of something that you normally know, like yoga, cooking, etc., etc. And then there is another entrepreneurship, that is the one that involves innovation. There is a big difference between the two. One has normally a positive cash flow and then stabilize, do not require a lot of capital. The other one has normally a negative cash flow and then has a an immediate growth, but these require a huge amount of capital and require specific skill. So these two different kind of entrepreneurship sometimes are, with some misconcepts, are mixed, and people may have the illusion that can do something in this way.
I'm Dwayne Thompson, Dean of the School of Business at Lee University in Cleveland, Tennessee, USA. For me, entrepreneurship is when someone has a novel idea, concept, and they produce a good or service that's not yet been introduced to the market. Then they take that product, they develop the idea, and then they market it to the public. That's entrepreneurship. Some people consider just running a small business as entrepreneurship. That's not entrepreneurship. That's taking someone else's idea and running a small business and selling a product. That's not the same as having this new idea or new concept. And even in large corporations, they use the term, and that's become convoluted, because if you're working for Procter & Gamble and they give you time to work on any project you want to, that's a terrific way to manage, but that's not entrepreneurship. That's intrapreneurship. And so for me, there are three distinct ways that this term has become used, and it's a little bit convoluted. Entrepreneurship, the real definition, new idea, it's novel. And then small business management, and then the third is intrapreneurship, which is a management technique in a large company.
Hi, I'm Mary Vaughn. I'm the Dean of Seneca Business at Seneca College in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Entrepreneurship is how students and youth, and it's not even youth, it's anybody, sees an opportunity or a need or something that they want to develop to solve a problem, anything around that area, looking for opportunities to start businesses, to support businesses, to be part of a supply chain, maybe, with small businesses leading into clusters of larger companies. And whether you start a business or not, it's the entrepreneurial mindset that really transforms individuals and businesses to be more focused on what the vision is, to be calculated risk takers. And a lot of entrepreneurs are so passionate. It is the passion that drives them, that leads to their success. Because the one thing that they have with entrepreneurs is a vision.
What is the perspective of entrepreneurship at global level? First of all, businesses now need an ecosystem with them. You cannot start like an hermitage in some place and try to make a business. Second, businesses are now global. Markets are not local unless you make a local business. That is another kind of entrepreneurship. And the perspective is to be so flexible that you use the opportunity. You find out a specific problem, you solve the problem, and do not necessarily have to be a long-term project. Now, there are some kind of innovation that normally last in the market for a few years, but nevertheless, The concept of making an entrepreneurship a business is not like the one in which you think forever, a company that can have 100 years. It can be only specifically to take an opportunity and try to get advantage from this scenario.
Hi, my name is Teresa Torres and I work at Central New Mexico Community College in the state of New Mexico in the United States. Entrepreneurship is, and of course, like the simple definition is definitely starting your own business, creating a new idea, being your own boss. But what else does that mean? So that means you can go outside of the box. Like you're not really doing the normal like 9 to 5, so to speak. I have to have this big giant company, I have to have a lot of employees, but truly all it takes to be an entrepreneur is to have that one idea that's different than somebody else. It's solving a problem that may not have been solved otherwise and really creating those solutions.
Hi, this is Jeff Alderman. I'm President and CEO of the Accreditation Council for Business Schools and Programs.
We have offices around the world, but our headquarters is here in Overland Park, Kansas. When I speak with students and not only young students, but returning students, I talk to them and ask them about what does entrepreneurship mean to you, and they all speak about making a difference in people's lives. It's not necessarily about making money, although that's a wonderful byproduct. It's about putting together something that will change the world for the better. Things like Uber, Airbnb, all of these platforms that have made it easier for us to enjoy our lives are something that is very important.
For young people in our country, entrepreneurship really means be your own boss. And they've lost the true meaning of the definition, that rich meaning of this is a novel product.
Hello everyone. My name is Dr. Rajesh Khajuria. I'm director of a business school called CKSVIM in Vadodara, India, which is approved by Government of India and accredited by ACBSP US. I'm glad to address our young entrepreneurs, our budding students who want to be entrepreneur, and there are alumni who have become entrepreneur over a period of last 10 years. Let me give you a little background about how we do this. How do we develop entrepreneurs? In 2009, on behalf of Shri Mahavir Jain Vidyalaya Trust, I set up this business school. In 2012, I took the initiative to set up what we call it Center for Entrepreneurship and Enterprise Development, or in short CEED or SEED. What we essentially want to do is to inculcate the seed of entrepreneurship in the students who have the passion and the fire in the belly to do something extraordinary in life. With this aim, we started a small team led by me, Ankit Shah, Prakash Patel, both faculties, and Nusrat Kempwala, our admin coordinator and web officer. And with these 4 people, we organized several programs in last few years. For example, the first one was for the SME owners and managers on how to grow their businesses from present state or from small scale to medium scale. There was another program we did was for budding entrepreneurs, and this was in collaboration with iCreate, International Center for Entrepreneurship Development, set up by Government of Gujarat and led by Dr. Madhu Kumar Mehta, Chief Mentor, who himself has been a serial entrepreneur and was educated with a master's and PhD in electrical engineering from US.
Which kind of challenge are facing entrepreneurs nowadays? One is having and find enough capital for this kind of businesses. It's not always the same if we go from one country to other country. There are countries where it's easier to find capital and someone where it's difficult. Second challenge that may be quite interesting, find the right partner for making the business. A partner that has a specific skill that adds some value to the proposal. And a third challenge that normally entrepreneur has to face is to be able to really validate their value proposition and see if they are really solving a specific problem in the market. The risk is that they can work behind their computer and do not have a real contact with the society and the reality. So those three are the main business, the main challenge that people that create business can have nowadays.
There's that misconception that you do need a ton of money to be able to start a company. So I think we need to just kind of spread the word. Like, if you have an idea and it's something that's amazing or something that somebody else might like or something that somebody else might need, you never know what it would take to actually start that business. And you could definitely solve a problem that other people have as well, and have that validation there, like your idea is important, people are interested in this, so they can take that and run with it and have that hands-on experience, and really just add to their resume and add to their confidence as an entrepreneur. So thanks for watching. Again, having that positive entrepreneurial mindset will always be a great thing.
The challenges for entrepreneurs in the U.S., I think number one is really to find that idea that's marketable, that people want. Let's assume they have the idea. Let's assume they've raised the money. Then it's going to be sustainability. Entrepreneurs frequently underestimate is finding the right people to, as Colin says, to get on the bus, and to find those individuals that want to work.
And the first week we use is, we call it National Management Week. And the first challenge we give them, we call it Yes Challenge. Yes is yes, I can do. Or Young Entrepreneurs Challenge. And with Yes Challenge, each student, there are 4 rules. The student can form a team. They have to contribute capital of Indian rupees 1,000 only, no more or less. They do any business which is ethical, which is non-violent, and where they can make money in 1 week. And they do not compete with the classmates, but they can compete with the world. And with that, several teams are formed, and they start the business on day 1. On day 7, they make presentation. They are evaluated by experts who are from Government of Gujarat, who are entrepreneurs themselves, who are successful businessmen. And they are judged based on, they have to produce a balance sheet. They were not taught how to make balance sheet. They have to learn on their own from the market. Go to any chartered accountant, go to your father, go to a business, learn. So they'll produce a profit and loss and a balance sheet in a simple form. They'll make a pitch, presentation, and they will be judged, and based on that we would give them cash awards and a certificate of success. With this practical process as the first step, students get interested. Out of 120, usually 20, 30 get interested, sometimes less, and they start thinking about business.
We have just looked at what entrepreneurship is, the challenges of young entrepreneurs around the world, and different examples of entrepreneurship. Now, we will use different pedagogical strategies to understand the megatrends and to understand what kind of key questions each entrepreneur has to make to understand its meaning.